Hello everyone, today we're going to be setting up the Midea MDWTT0802D 8-place setting countertop dishwasher. At least at the time of me buying this is the most affordable dishwasher you can buy in India. It's made by Midea, a Chinese manufacturer who, fun fact, makes all its rivals in the segment too, like the Voltas Beko, Faber, Godrej. All of those are just made by Midea, and like they have a different control panel. So we're going to apply to that model, to those models as well. I ordered this off Amazon. You can probably take a look at the packaging. It came in here. And we're going to hopefully install it, and if that happens I'll show you how to use it and what to do and what not to do with it. We'll have to start with what you need to have ready before the machine arrives, which is with any washing appliance you will need a water inlet, a water outlet, and a connection to power. Now this has a 16 amp plug, so you'll have to have that ready somewhere nearby. I have one over there. Now, about the water inlet, one thing you need to know is that this thing comes with it comes with one of these. This is now a 3/4 inch threaded hose, and most Indian taps are not plumbed for these. So what I really recommend is if you have existing plumbing for a washing machine, then you just get a new hose with this quick connect type adapter. Um, I have one here for reference. Get one of these and hook it up to your existing washing machine tap. That's much more likely to be a leak-free connection than using the supplied hose with a reducer. This is usually a superior way to attach a dishwasher to a tap, but to convert a half-inch tap to one of these, you'll need a reducer and a lot of Teflon, and usually that just results in a lot of leaks. So I'd say just skip this if you already have an existing washing machine connection. Now, the power, as I said, is a 16 amp cord. We'll maybe look at that later. And the drain, well, it's a countertop machine, so hopefully you have a sink or something like that right next to it. This also has a drain pump, by the way, so if your drain is going to be a little higher than the flow, that works as well. You'll have to refer to the owner's manual for the exact height you can use. The next thing you need to know is measurements. Now, even though this is a countertop machine, it's actually a fairly big one. It's got like 2 racks, so it's about 59 centimeters high, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's like a little under 59 centimeters high, and it's 55 centimeters wide, which is almost as big as your standard a full-size dishwasher or a front-load washing machine, which are 60 centimeters, and it's 50 centimeters deep. So do plan for that when you're buying this. You can see it just barely fits under here. You do get smaller dishwashers, like 6-place setting ones, or even like smaller, almost toy-looking ones that have 4-place settings, but they're really expensive in India, and they're almost always imported ones. So, like in very limited units. So this is, despite being the cheapest dishwasher in India, this isn't the smallest one you can buy. Now we'll start by getting this unpacked. So Amazon already opened the box when they arrived. Check it out. You'll notice a little bit of water here when you open it. That's normal. That's on the production line, the last phase of it. They just spray in a little bit of water to just test that all the arms and everything are working properly. This is the owner's manual. I strongly recommend you give it a thorough read. Now this is actually the second machine we've got. Like my parents got one at their holiday home last year, so I've read this whole thing cover to cover, so I'll be skipping this for today. This is the funnel that's it's used to put in the salt at the bottom of the machine, because sometimes they come in large crystals and it's easy to spill it. This is a free pack of get rid of this styrofoam. This is a free pack of some Finnish consumables which I'm going to be using for today's demo because my detergent didn't arrive on time. Now this is some like fancy tablets, and I think it comes with a bottle of Rinse-Aid as well. I generally not recommend using tablets because this is a pretty small machine and you don't need a whole tablet for it. I just recommend whatever cheapest powder you can find. I usually prefer like Dishmatic or IFP because they still use the chlorine, which is not allowed in the EU regulations, but it does actually provide a pretty thorough clean, and they've been selling the same one for like I think at least 20 years now. I remember that smell from my childhood. Okay, that was convenient. And this is the top rack, and oh yeah, one thing you really need to make sure of is this arm here is in all Midea dishwashers, including the bigger ones. The spray arm actually comes tied to the basket. Someone I know actually bought the bigger one, and for 2 months they were complaining that nothing's getting clean on the top rack and it's leaving soap behind. And it turns out that after 2 months this thing was still tied to the rack, and you can just undo that with your fingers here and just check that it's been freely. And loosen up the couple of times here. Yeah, that should be it for the unpacking. Now the next important part is installing it, for which we'll need to probably take the hoses out of the back. Okay, this probably isn't a very good idea. See here, the drain hose is attached to the machine. It's not removable, so be very careful with it because you're going to have to open up the machine if you need to change the hose. Here's the drain hose. It's fairly long, probably a little over a meter. This is actually a pretty short power cord. It's a 69 one, as you can see. I might need some kind of adjustment to actually get the machine in place. And over here in the center is where your water inlet will attach. Now I'm going to start with doing that. This is a standard 3/4 inch. It's a 3/4 inch threaded outlet that's standard with any automatic washing machine. So as I said, you could just use one of those. Make sure to hand tighten these because the thread on this is made of plastic and it will crack if you use pliers or a spanner. Okay, so the water inlet is hooked up, but I need to make sure it's leak free, which I'm going to do by very slowly opening the tap. appears to be fine. I'm going to turn this off now. And let's get the machine back into place. The drain hose can go into the sink, but we'll just talk about that in a minute. You need to really make sure it's secure and doesn't fly out, because the water comes out with a fair bit of pressure because it has a pump. With that done, be stuck with this door open for the rest of my ownership with this machine, or I might have to take it off with my landlord. Plugs fitting, and here we go. So the water is connected, the power is connected, and the drain hose is the drain hose is here. Okay, I lost a lot of footage because my computer ran out of storage and didn't warn me. But quick summary of what I've done in between. I've loaded this up with dishes. Some of them are mildly dirty, some of them are already clean, and I'm just putting them in to create a good simulation. Some of these have like hard water stains from my previous place. Let's see if we can get those off. This is some like tikka masala type stuff, and this is some dal that's not quite dried on. This was just like lunch a couple of hours ago. This is some marinade. Yeah, this is some dried on dal that's been sitting since yesterday night actually, which should be a pretty good test. But I don't expect it will struggle because facing the water spray directly. Here I have some wood. I don't have an emotional attachment to it, and I more than trust that the very, very hot final rinse is going to sanitize anything that's left, and I don't care if they warp or crack a bit. I don't use them very often. These are some scissors, some spoons, and yeah, not a lot. It's a pretty standard. All of these are pretty clean out. They're very clean already, except for again the hard water stains. Let's see if they come out clean. Now I've put in the rinse aid, which is here, and as you can see there are these markers here and like a small dial that you can turn actually with your fingers. I've already put in the rinse aid in there, so I'm not going to reach in there now, but it came with a default setting of 4. I've set it to 2 because I have really soft water where I live. And I'm going to put this cap in. Yeah, that's locked. The detergent I'm using is the finished tablet it came with for free, the sample. I don't usually recommend buying tablets in India, and especially these gel packs, because in the humid air in most places in India, these are just going to dissolve in the air, and by the time you load them, half of it is going to be on your hands. So get a powder, and if you're using a cycle that has a pre-wash, you can see from the manual here, all like 3 of these cycles, all of the 3 cycles on the left on the control panel, they have a pre-wash. In this case, it will help a lot if you put in a little bit of your powder detergent here. I'll link a very, very interesting video by Alec from Technology Connections, like up here or here. I don't know how it's going to look for you. One more thing is to check whether these sprayers rotate every time you load the machine. If something's sticking out, or like something's too tall, it's not going to work well. both of these are rotating, so we are fine, we're good to go. I'm using the 90-minute cycle, which as you can see does one hot wash, one really hot rinse, and then the drying is passive and this just relies on the heat left over from the rinse. And I'm starting this. It was 1:30. It drained out a little bit of water before I discovered my footage went missing. Right, it's been an hour and a half since the cycle ended. I thought I'd let the dishes dry for a bit, and now it's the moment of truth. Enjoy 6 minutes of me being amazed at how clean my dishes are, compressed into 20 seconds because I had no patience to write subtitles. Yeah, so this is another interesting catch. So I had some labels on the bottom of the bowls and the mugs, and they wound up in the filter here. So I'll get that off before the next clean. And yeah, I'll probably make a separate video explaining how to use the control panel, like all of the cycles in detail, and how to clean out the filters and arms and things like that. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.